Hi guys, well I'm here in Gislingham, at Gislingham Church, in the cemetery at Gislingham Church, which is my local church to me, literally 2 minutes down the road. It's a lovely, lovely graveyard. I had a comment on my last video that someone, it was Mike I think, didn't like my cemetery chats because he didn't want to know about dead people, which is fine. This channel isn't just a motorcycle channel. I know most of you realise that. It's a bit of everything, and yeah, I do what I enjoy doing, and if you enjoy it too, then that's great. So Mike, I'm sorry mate, but there are lots of other channels out there without any dead people in them. So yeah, I'm sorry, it's not for you. Guys, I wanted to talk to you about buying a Honda Monkey, but before I do, I had an email from Pete and Alison, and apparently Alison likes my videos, and apparently they watch my videos in bed. That's like a threesome. And Pete was, Alison likes my Rob stories, and Pete said there was a really funny one which she couldn't find, and I don't have a playlist, so I've tried to look for it. I can't find it either, and so I'm going to tell it again. So I'm sorry. This is for Alison, whilst you're in bed with Pete and me. This is a Rob story from I guess 7-8 months ago. I can't find the video though. I should label them really so I know the Rob stories. But anyway, this one was a horrific one. So Rob and his wife had bought a property, their first property, and Rob decided to build a decking out the back. And Rob's DIY skills are probably slightly better than mine, and mine are absolutely non-existent, which is a bit worrying because we've got a summer house being delivered this week, so I have no clue what I'm doing, but we'll see. It'll all work out, I'm sure. Anyway, Rob was cutting the timber up for this decking, and going from his wife's point of view, she said she got a phone call, and all she could hear was Rob screaming down the phone, "Where's the super glue? Where's the super glue?" And she was going, "What's the matter? Calm down. What's happened?" And he said, "I've cut my finger off, his little finger off on the on the circular saw," and he wanted to glue it back with super glue. Now his wife said that it was probably obviously stress, and you know, doing that, what a stressful thing, and he was in a lot of shock. So that was the reason why he asked for the super glue. But she sort of talked him down and said, "Look, I'm on my way home. Have you found the finger?" And he said, "Yes, I've got it. And she said, "Put it in the freezer, and we'll drive up to the hospital." So she got home. Rob had a big towel wrapped around his hand, so she couldn't really see. She thought it was just the tip of his little finger, and she opened the she opened the fridge up, and sitting on a plate in the freezer was half of his little finger. He'd literally cut it off at the joint. But not only that, it was covered in sawdust and mud and grit. And she looked at it and she said, "I knew that you can't reattach that." So anyway, they went to the hospital. She wrapped it up in some ice, and they went to the hospital, and the doctor said, "Sorry, there's absolutely no way we can reattach your finger." So Rob said to the doctor, "Can I have the finger back?" And the doctor said, "Why do you want that finger back?" And he said, "Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it up in ice, put it in the freezer, and maybe in 10-20 years time you'll be able to reattach that finger. The medical advances will have happened that you'll be able to reattach it." And the doctor obviously looked at him and said, "No, listen, I can guarantee whatever happens, this finger is not being reattached to your hand." So he didn't take it back. But that's the Rob story about losing his finger. And I think that kind of followed throughout his whole life, because every time we were at an event or we were out, there was always a chant of, "Where's the super glue?" And in fact, at his wedding, one of us, and it wasn't me, stood up and shouted, "Where's the super glue?" when Rob walked up the So Alison, that is the story of Rob losing his little finger and wanting to stick it on with super glue. Crazy. Right, guys, let's talk about the Honda Monkey. So I've been looking really hard on Auto Trader, and I found there's a load on there. I found a perfect one. I want a yellow and silver or yellow and white one. There's a 2019 one there. It's only done, I think, 1,200 miles, and it's 2.5 grand. And I'm thinking, that's just a bargain. It's full service history. So I thought, this is the one. It's in Scotland, and I think it's in Ayr. I think is that the west coast of Scotland. So it's not even near Coast Rider Scotland. Bruce, I could have gone and popped in and said hello to Bruce, but it's the other side of Scotland, and that is 300 miles away, over 300 miles away. And yeah, I could fly there. I was thinking of that, but then I would have to ride the bike back, and that I don't think is really going to make me fall in love with the Honda Monkeys to do a 300-mile trip back from Scotland. So I'm on the lookout still. There are plenty on there, and I'm in no rush, but I need to test ride one properly as well. I haven't done that. I've only sat on Richard's wife's Monkey, and yeah, was blown away with the comfort of it and the cuteness of it. And I think it would be really cool. I just really, yeah, I've got my heart set on it. So it's going to happen. A lot of you asked me about my Classic 500 and if it's sorted out. It seems to be running fine now. It hasn't conked out again. Sorry, there's a tractor going past. It hasn't conked out again. Yeah, it seems to be running perfectly. So I don't know what that was. What I did notice when I rode away from the cemetery that I filmed in last, as I was getting close to home, the petrol light did come on. Now I don't know whether or not it was very close to the bottom. I don't know, but all I can say is it's fine now. It makes some crazy rattling noises, my bike. It really does, and shakes like, yeah, it really does. But that's all part of the character, and I love it. I love it so much. And getting out on Teddy again is just as good as getting out on the Z900 RS, just slightly different feeling. Do you fancy looking around that? I know Mike won't want to see the dead people, but since we're here, this is the cemetery where I found that. Let me see if I can find it, and we'll talk then. I have to say, guys, that this place looks so different in the spring. I've kind of lost my bearings a bit. I think I know. I think it's where that poppy is, I'm guessing. We'll walk over there in a minute. But do you know what I find very odd is that half this graveyard is kept really lovely, and there's daffodils and the grass is cut and stuff. And then on this side, it's just full of stinging nettles, and it's just been left to grow over. Just this little area here, I don't really understand why. Maybe someone will know in the comments. I get so many great comments about churchyards and churches. It's incredible, actually. I thought it was just me, but I'm not alone. I'm definitely not alone here. So let's have a little look anyway. I found a gravestone just back there. Died in 1790 at the age of 70 something. So I mean that's incredible, isn't it? Yes, this is it. This is the one. So this is Frederick William Cook, Suffolk Regiment, died November the 17th, 1918, in his 23rd year. And also his sister, I remember, Sarah Lawrence, sister of the above, died in Toronto, in Canada, the same year, a month later in December 1990, oh no, a year later in 1919, on her 33rd birthday. Now, I remember talking to you guys about this because I was confused because the war had already finished by November the 17th. So I presumed that he must have died of his injuries. But a load of you said to me that there was is it the Spanish flu then, and it killed a lot of people, and I'm guessing that's more likely. And maybe, sadly, what happened to his sister as well a year later at the age of 33. Tragic. Can you see what I mean about this whole area being overgrown? Such a shame. These little gravestones that have got little metal spiked fences around them. Don't want to go in too deep. the fear of not getting out. Yeah, all these graves are well over 100 years old, 150 years old. Incredible. And I think I said to you before on another video, I wonder if, I guess no one comes to these relatives of these people, come to see where they're resting. Yeah. See a little brown cross over there. I often wonder why there's little wooden crosses. Anyway, I'm rambling yet again. Guys, so the Honda Monkey is definitely on my radar. I do want to try a Honda Dax. I think the difference, I think Big Rod has said, or Zed Charlie, that they are semi-automatic as opposed to manual, which might not be as much fun. But I definitely need to sit on one. The other one someone said to me was a Honda Grom. Is it Honda Grom? G-R-O-M, Grom? I've never seen one, never heard of them. I need to Google it, really. Apparently they're a little tiny bike as well. So I might look into that. But yeah, let me know. I know there seems to be a lot of love for the Honda Monkey. So obviously I'm not doing it for the channel. You know, I don't buy channel bikes. I just buy bikes that I like, which is okay, isn't it? But if you guys like it, so much the better. I need to go and have a look at this little cross. Please, I hope I don't get any comments saying you're being disrespectful, sort of telling Rob jokes in a graveyard. Rob said when his ashes, where his ashes are laid or spread, he said he never wanted to have someone coming up there upset. He wanted it to be full of laughter and happiness. And I think that's nice. And I'm sure these guys will appreciate a bit of laughing. See, look at this lovely, lovely. Passed away in 2021, and they're obviously still coming here and looking after the gravestone. And I need to see who this is. Janice Irene Susan Baker, 2023, age 75. I guess they're waiting to get a gravestone, I don't know. Yeah, this is an incredible church. I think the tower fell down or something and they replaced it because it looks very different to the rest of the church. But it is a stunning church nevertheless. Okay guys, thank you so much for all your comments. And Mike, I'm sorry that this isn't the channel for you. I totally understand that this isn't the channel for everyone. I know it's a little bit odd. It's not a motorbike channel. It's really not much about anything, but there's a lot of you that enjoy it, and I enjoy doing the videos. So I appreciate all the comments, even Mike's. Teddy is down here. I just left him on the side of the road. I felt like he was a bit vulnerable. Hopefully he's all right. There's some cones. I've never seen a blue and yellow cone. It seems a bit out of place. These lovely little slabs with the flowers. Amazing. Ivy Rhodes Tufts died in July 1998, so that's 27 years ago. Age 76, and someone's still putting up little flowers for her, which I think is really sweet. I'm going to nip back to the graveyard in tomorrow to clean that gravestone that I saw because it affected me a little bit. These are lovely. Look at all the flowers and incredible. The daffodils are definitely on their way out. They've been stunning. The whole village has been full of daffodils and it looks amazing. I feel so blessed to be living here. I can't tell you. Every day when I'm feeling a little bit anxious or whatever, a little walk like this does the world of good for me. Let's hope Teddy's still there. There he is. Right guys, hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Ride safe.